11 signs a ghost is in your room. Sitting in your room at night, do you ever feel like you are not alone? That there could be someone else there, watching over you, reaching out to you? Have you ever wanted to find out if this is more than just a feeling, and if there really is some spirit or ghost hanging around you in your room, trying to make contact? Those bumps you hear in the middle of the night may be more than just creaky old pipes. Would you want to find out who it is, or what it is? Ghosts and spirits manifest themselves in many different ways. Depending on their strength, their emotions, and their presence, they might show themselves differently to humans. Some use sound, some use sight, some use touch, and others utilize emotions to make their presence known. If you are experiencing one or more of these occurrences in your home that can't be explained, you might have a haunted house. A haunted house isn't as scary as it seems. The spirit visiting you or your room could be good. It could be a lost loved one or a soul stuck between our world and the next. Signs your room is haunted. Don't be stuck doubting whether or not a spirit is visiting you. Rather take the time to research the signs you are experiencing and find out for sure. Not only will it give you peace of mind, but you could possibly take things further and explore who the spirit might be and why they may be contacting you. However, only do this in a safe and secure way. You don't want to be opening up a conversation with a spirit who has negative energy or bad intentions. A professional should be called in to help with that. Here are some signs that there might be ghosts in your room. 1. Pay attention to your pets. Pets can pick up on sounds, vibrations, and energies that we cannot. If your pet starts acting out of the ordinary, starts barking at blank spaces or running and hiding, it might be a sign that a ghost is present. Your dog will more than likely be frightened or threatened by the presence of a spirit and would act timid and defensive. If they do this inexplicably and to areas of the room where there is nothing, it might be time to look for more signs of spirits. 2. Temperature. DIPs. Spirits and ghosts hold different energy to us humans. It is how they are able to exist as supernatural beings. This energy can sometimes cause there to be a dip in temperature when they are around. One theory is that the spirits suck the heat out of the air to use as energy. Inexplicable cold spots in your room that come and go are a good sign that there is a spirit present. If you want to read more about cold spots, check out my full article on the subject. Check that no windows are open or no cooling is left on. This sign can be hard to pick up on because there are so many environmental factors that could affect the temperature in the room. You can always use an infrared thermometer if you feel that your room may have cold spots. You can check out my guide on this here. Or, you can just see my favorite infrared thermometer for ghost detection here. 3. Noises in the night. For some reason, spirits love to communicate with us at night. Maybe this is because the world is so quiet and they know they would be heard better, or because we are at a state of rest and can receive messages with less resistance. Whatever the reason, some spirits like to make a noise to let us know they are around. If there are random bumps in the night, knocking, scratching, coins dropping, or footsteps when nobody else is home, you might have a haunting. To be sure, check that the noise isn't coming from creaky old pipes or mice in your roof. If you do think it could be from a ghost or spirit, be sure to get a spirit box, like this popular one from Amazon. 4. Disappearing and reappearing. Sometimes ghosts can be quite mischievous. They like to cause a little bit of trouble and confusion for us. One way that ghosts or spirits like to make their presence known is to take some small items that are of value to us and replace them all over the house. Items like keys that are kept in the same place every day go missing, only for you to find them back in the right place the next day. This is so relatable and happens to almost everyone. It is just a spirit trying to get your attention. 5. Closing doors. This is a common way that spirits like to let us know they are around. Your door will suddenly slam with no gusts of wind and nobody slamming it shut. It might be that spirits find it easy to manipulate the air and energy around the door to shut it, and it makes a loud enough noise for us to notice. Some families have claimed that they have had a specific door that would close on its own, no matter how many times they opened it. 6. Flickering lights. This is possibly the scariest of them all. and one that we all recognize from horror films. Spirits can manipulate electronic currents easily, so it doesn't take much effort for them to flicker some lights to let you know that they are around. While this can be super freaky in the middle of the night, it is also easy for us to put it down to faulty wiring or a short power outage. But this sign coupled with others can be quite convincing that you have a haunting in your house. 7. The feeling of being watched. Most people start out feeling this before noticing signs of a haunting. We are so aware of our own feelings and surroundings that we can tell when someone is watching us. This can be really upsetting, and it can seriously cause some disruption to your sleeping patterns. It is like a sixth sense that flares up when a spirit is around, something telling us that we are not alone. Listen to this and trust your intuition. Once you accept this feeling, you might start noticing more and more signs of strange occurrences in your room. 8. Stains. For some reason, many hauntings come with stains. These could be in the form of stains on the walls, the floors, or even furniture. A theory is that these stains occurred when the spirit was actually alive, and they are merely a memory or representation of what happened in their life. Another physical piece of evidence for hauntings is seeing footprints or handprints on the floors and walls. These are often there inexplicable and can be quite disturbing. Other types of marks are writing, sometimes holding very disturbing messages, or in the case of a bad haunting, excessive scratch marks on the wall. 9. Unexplained shadows. Every supernatural enthusiast has heard of the shadow people. They are beings that appear out of the corner of your eye, just a black shadow in human form, and once you turn to look, they disappear. Seeing these shadows in your peripheral, even if they hold no shape, can be a good sign that there is a spirit present. Sometimes appearing as a shadow is all the spirit can accomplish with limited energy, or it may be a way for them to ease you into accepting their unsettling presence in your home. 10. Kids acting strangely. Children are so innocent. Their minds aren't clouded with all the clutter that ours are. This is one of the reasons why children are much more open to seeing and believing in spirits. If a child in your house talks to someone who isn't there or tells you stories of someone who doesn't exist, don't just write it off as an imaginary friend. Dive a little deeper and ask questions. However, don't encourage further contact. While you don't want to scare them, you don't want them in communication with an evil spirit. Rather play it down and maybe seek professional help. 11. Being touched. That really creepy feeling of someone brushing against your arm softly, or running their fingers through your hair, might not just be your imagination. Sometimes, these feelings can be so faint that you might not even notice, but it could be a loved one trying to give you some comfort and to let you know that they are around. It might take a great amount of energy for them to make you feel their touch, so appreciate it when it happens, and if it is surrounded by good energy and light, enjoy the closeness. A haunted room. It can be really upsetting to think that your room might be haunted, or that you may be sleeping next to a ghost. But don't panic. Often these are just passing spirits or a lost loved one trying to make contact or watch over you. If you ever have negative energy or feel like